Hello everyone and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we have the top match of the Swiss tournament, which was the Store Championships for A Game of Thrones, the card game's second edition at Millennium Games in Rochester, New York. In this top match we have on the left myself, playing on the right Simon, and we're both running Lannister Rose.
I have Tyrion and Margaery.
So it looks like I set up a Hound, a Brothel Madam, and a King's Road, and Simon got Tyrion and Large Marge. Marjorie Tyrell.
Let's see what we got here.
Just want to say, if you guys like Game of Thrones card game, make sure you hit subscribe, hit the like button on this video, leave some comments below if you see something in the video that interests you or have any comments or suggestions for the channel. We do live streaming Game of Thrones weekly, usually, if not more. And yeah, I do these pre-recorded matches, so if you enjoy this stuff, hit the subscribe button, support the channel, it's free. Thank you. So it looks like a tough plot choice for both players, except for myself, I guess. I already placed my plot, but we got Simon going back and forth between the hand and the plot deck. That tough choice to start the game off.
I'm really sorry. If you knew what my hand is, you would understand.
Seems like his hand is stressing him out. He doesn't know what to choose, what to do.
Okay, I don't know if this is a good move, but I'm going to do it because it seems sexy. Noble cause.
Same here.
Alright, so we both dropped Noble Cause, but I have a +1 initiative off my King's Road. So I'm choosing Simon to go first. I want to see what he plays, so I can react to it, so I don't overcommit. So I know I pick the right icons to put down, look for the right strength values to put down if I have options in my deck. Or in my hand, sorry, in my hand. I do a 5 gold, a reduction on Lord and Lady off the plot, and a King's Road, so I have some choices, obviously. So we got Cersei hitting across the side of the board. That is not great. That means, yeah, my hand could get shredded if I don't make sure I have my intrigue base covered. And these are the kind of things I like to let the other player go first the first round, usually. Especially in a mirror match like this, because I want to make sure that, you know, I can cover what they're pushing. And when they're pushing 2 claim intrigues on me, I'm in trouble. But he does have Tyrion with stealth, Marjorie who can raise strength, so and all 3 have intrigue icons, so it's pretty sure I'm going to lose an intrigue challenge here. But you know, do I have a way to take care of Cersei then, so that just doesn't keep happening round after round until I have an empty hand and I'm top decking. So Simon drops an Arbor Knight for 2 gold.
What is this guy?
And he's reading my Hound just to make sure he knows what he does. Which, if you're playing Lena Rose, I'm surprised you don't know what the Hound does. He is pretty juicy. You should have at least 2 in your Lannister deck, if not 3. That's my recommendation. Right now, if you're watching this video, when it released.
That is 4 money, and I think that is all the money I'm going to...
Obviously, in a living card game, things change as packs come out, and cards get possibly restricted or have errata to them for balancing issues. Hopefully, we don't really have that in second edition, I hope. Got a little crazy in first edition. But we have another King's Road, so I'm not having trouble seeing economy. That is for sure.
Yep. One of these dudes.
Alright, so we got a Lanceport Merchant on the board.
Yep.
And we've popped our first King's Road. So no treachery on the King's Road. Whenever I see a gold across the table on a Lannister player, the ability to pop a King's Road, I get a little scared. But when you have 2, you're not as worried, obviously. So we do have Tywin out.
Pop this one.
And I am blowing the second King's Road for a Tyrion of my own.
Really not good.
So Tywin and Tyrion on the board to start the game.
Go ahead.
That's like the dream start, I believe. I don't know. That's just amazing.
Challenges phase?
Although I have burned 2 King's Road, so I'm not going to see much more burst economy like that, obviously, during the game. But now I have Tywin on the board, so he's giving me 2 gold. It's like having 2 roads extra out there. Plus Tyrion to fuel my events, so I don't even have to save gold. I can continue marshalling with the gold from Tywin.
You don't want to come into the brothel? Come into the brothel.
So I'm trying to grab that gold off him by triggering my Brothel Madam. So he chooses not to, so he doesn't care about military, obviously, when he only has an Arbor Knight on the board, and I have Hound plus Tywin, so he doesn't care about trying to get that through. But that might be a mistake. It depends what events are in his hand, but he's going first. You could do that chump little military challenge. Yeah, he'll get rid of my reducer. Not a big deal, but he could kneel out a Hound, send him back to hand, and then try to hit him with Cersei, or even kneel out Tywin maybe, but I do get a renown off that, but still something knelt out on my side before I get to attack, so those chump challenges are a thing. Don't forget about them. It's all about baiting the opponent to kneel more than he should, especially when you're first.
I'm gonna need a better plan.
So Simon, looking at his board, looking at his hand, he obviously has some options. He has some different ways to go in this game here, and obviously different challenges to go in different orders, and he's just not sure which way to go. But my hope is here, when he does his intrigue, I get 2 gold off of Tyrion, sorry. Tyrion. So I should be able to buff Tywin enough to block the intrigue. Unless he throws Tyrion into stealth Tywin, which he's going to do. Nope, he's backing off.
You can do that. You can block.
But if he puts Tywin and Cersei in, he's 8 strength. He stealths Tywin. He can get that intrigue through. I only have a Brothel Madam and Tyrion there, which is only 6. So he could rip 2 cards out of my hand, but then he's knelt those 2 out.
Tyrion and Cersei.
Okay, I'll trigger this business.
Yep, I'm gonna trigger mine.
So we get our Tyrion gold.
Say that, the Tywin cannot.
Tywin's stealth.
And if you guys are curious what tokens I'm using there, those are Broken Egg gold tokens. I got the silver color and the gold there on the board right now. Love those tokens. Check those guys out. BrokenEggGames.com for some awesome tokens to upgrade your Game of Thrones game. Awesome stuff. And if you want to see a review of those tokens, go check the review on my channel, where I go in depth on them and show you your options and why I like them.
Good question.
So it looks like I'm going unopposed. I want him to get a power on his house, so it'll fuel my power challenge. Because I'm worried it may be the only challenge he does. Since he didn't pay the Brothel Madam, we know he's not doing military. He's probably not going to throw margin for a power challenge. So, yeah. I'm not worried about the tiers, because his best target right now is the Hound, which I can ensure wins the challenge and gets out of play before the poison token goes off. And he gets a Things I Do for Love. And I didn't see the other one there, but
Then
yeah.
I will.
And the military.
Looks like I'm down to 2 or 3 cards in hand now.
I will. I will be done.
Okay.
She did 2 challenges. I'll just do that so she doesn't. But now we know.
So it looks like he's passing on challenges. That's all he's going to do, like I thought.
Intrigue challenge. 4. I'll stealth this guy. Trigger 2.
So intrigue challenge. Tyrion's getting me 2 gold. He's also getting Simon 2 gold. And I stealth the Arbor Knight.
I'm going to.
Oh, looks like
Thinking about it. Yeah, I'm gonna play 1 to do.
he's debating on spending a gold.
Widow's Wail.
Yeah, I assumed it's a Widow's Wail.
Marjorie.
So yeah, Marge has got the sword, which is good. It's what I like to see him do. So what I'm trying to force him to do is kneel Marjorie out in general, so I can push through an unopposed power. But then he goes and puts Widow's Wail on Marjorie, which is not the greatest on Marjorie because you usually don't put her participating in challenges. You use her effect. on characters. So now that he's put a Widow's Wail on Marjorie, he's kind of either put a future useless Widow's Wail on her now, or he's going to start using her in challenges. And if he's doing that, then I don't have to worry about him using her ability. I feel good. So I think that was not the greatest play, but he's probably trying to protect his hand. He might have important stuff in there, so, like, what do I know? Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think that was an optimal play, but he did stop me, so.
However, going to play.
So it looks like I did get my unopposed power through. I cleaned the power off him, got Renown on Tywin.
Whoa, my God, I'm so happy that I'm not drawing these cards.
And it looks like he's doing a Bear in the Maiden Fair on his own deck. Looking at the top 5 cards, he can choose to put up to 3 on the bottom and put them all in any order he wants, put the other ones back on the top. So it looks like his hand is not the greatest to start. He's a little frustrated with it. So what he's trying to do right now is increase the card quality that he draws next. Helps him also have a little extra knowledge on which plot to play based on what he's about to draw and kind of, you know, kind of make a better choice there, a more educated choice.
Cards at the bottom of my deck.
So he didn't like some of them, so he put them on the bottom.
4 cards out of 6. I am good.
I have
And he put 2 back on top.
5 cards out of 5. 6, yes, okay.
So we're just checking our reserve, we're good. Going around to the plot phase. If I played March to the Wall in this deck, right now is when I would do it. But I do not. So let's see what we got here. I would play March if I had it, because I would just get rid of a Lannister Merchant, and he would have to get rid of either Cersei, Tyrion, or Marge. But I don't.
Sorry.
Let's see what I play.
Yeah, I don't even know why I'm taking so long, because I
Do I just play the plot to discard that Widow's Wail just to get that plot used up?
I'm going to.
Sometimes I'm not so worried about it. I'm not worried about getting the milk, and I just need to get rid of that before I hit my own attachments. But having Marge with the Widow's Wail is kind of okay to me, but I'm not sure what I decided on. This game was a while ago. We will see. But no, it's a noble cause, so I obviously have another Lord of Lady in hand. And he's playing Taxation, which lets him play an additional limited card this phase. So he's probably clogged up on limited locations suddenly, maybe. Maybe that's what he put on top with Bear in the Main Fair. Try to get his economy going here. Maybe he's got some Lannister money lenders. Can drop 2 of those on the board.
I draw 2, which I knew was going to happen. I got 5 money.
So it looks like he's chosen himself to go first. He did have 6 initiative to my 0.
I wish I could do.
See if he knows to save a gold here, if he cares about military based on what he plays. If he remembers to save a gold to pay my brothel madam. At this point he doesn't care because he doesn't even have any military icons, so there's no point. I find that little game within the game fun with the brothel madam of, do I save enough gold to play this event, or do I just save enough that if he pays my brothel madam I have enough to play this event? Do I really need to play the event? Do I want to make it feel like I don't have an event, so I spend my gold and hope he gives me 1, so then I can sneak out that tiers kind of thing? I don't know. I like that little game of what will my opponent do? And it's like kind of him making the choice whether I can play, you know, I'll save a gold, and if he pays me 1, I now have access to that put to the sword in my hand. But if he doesn't, he just saved himself and put to the sword. But then I don't have to worry about military coming at me, and I know I'm not going to have a put to the sword done on myself or military claims. So it's kind of fun to get that knowledge off that brothel madam. I really like that.
And I am going to.
But having Tyrion on the table definitely makes all that choice a lot easier, since he's going to most likely generate me 2 gold.
Sitting on 3.
So he only played 1 limited, which was a moneylender, so I'm not sure why he played that plot,
2.
because he obviously didn't really need the money.
1, 2.
He didn't need the ability on it,
Jamie Lannister.
so I'm not sure what the choice was done for, but we'll see. Maybe his other plots just were very bad at the time.
Cool.
And
So I got to seal the hand on Tywin. I got to dupe Jamie on the board.
I will pick you.
Not gonna play it.
And he's not paying the Brothel Madam.
Why not? Why not? I don't see why. You may have ambush military. You may. Alright, so no military for you. Alright.
I'm gonna do.
So yeah, looking at Jamie, Tywin, and Tyrion against Cersei, Tyrion, and Marjorie. I kind of got the better board, I think. That is for sure. He's not doing military challenges, so my board's just going to keep growing and growing unless he plays Wildfire. Or I drop my own Wildfire.
The thing is up. I'm going to play.
I'm definitely winning the economy race. He has no locations out. He's got 1 gold off his moneylender. I have 2 off Tywin. I got Tyrion generating 2. He has Tyrion generating 2, so we kind of level out there. I do have no locations though, but as long as Tywin's not Milk of the Poppy or dead, or back in my hand or something, I am getting 2 extra gold a turn, so I feel really good about that.
I will do all 3 of these on intrigue.
So he's going all in on intrigue except for the moneylender. So we get 2 gold off Tyrion. The claim is 2 because Cersei's in the challenge right now. Marjorie's a 5, Tyrion's a 4, and Cersei's a 4. So we are at 13 if I've counted correctly. And who's he going to stealth? He's stealthing Tywin.
13 on an intrigue.
Looks like I'm just defending with the Brothel Madam, so he will not get an unopposed power.
Do you have any reactions to winning? Lamb of 2.
So the Hound and the Knight of Flowers. Oh, that's rough, but
Alright.
my board kind of makes up for it, so I'm okay with that, I guess, but that hurts. And I only have 1 card left. Not sure what it is, but if it's not a character, then it's pretty rough trying to pick my plot next phase, not knowing what I may top deck. Oh, it's an Arbor Knight.
Not oppose it. I will kill the Lannister.
So we got an unopposed military. The Lannister moneylender dies. Never generates any gold for him. So hitting his economy base again.
Let's go intrigue of 8. Trigger.
So intrigue of 8. 9, 10 with Tywin. So he's getting +4 off my gold there.
How much gold do you have? Yeah?
So he just played the things I do for love for 7 gold to send Tywin back to my hand with the seal of the hand. So I now have a character in hand, so now I know what plot I'm playing next round. But that caught me off guard a little bit. I was kind of shocked. I didn't think he had 7 gold sitting on his plot there.
Oh, you have none to claim, right?
But that kind of caught me off a little bit. But now Tywin's safely in my hand. I don't have to worry about intrigue challenges. I think he should have done it before the intrigue.
I have 3 cards out of 6. Alright. How many cards you got?
Like during the intrigue. I think he could have got Tyrion's gold to get him up to 7. Oh no, it was my gold. Sorry. It was my gold, or my intrigue that added to his strength. So I should have really saved Tywin. I should have saved the intrigue for last, maybe. I don't know, but who thinks of that? Worried about their opponent getting 7 gold and bouncing your Tywin back to hand. I mean, now I think about it, but at the time I was kind of shocked. I just didn't think he got enough for that, but he did. He counted it out. Because he didn't really play much in the marshalling phase, but yeah. I am at 7 power, though. He is at 0. I've already played both noble causes, though. So it looks like I'm going to draw.
I go first.
Which block?
My plot.
Obviously, I'm not too worried about playing Tywin, but Heads on Spikes gets the Arbor Knight. And it gets Simon 2 power on his house. And he missed the Tywin. Which now I see why he did that things I do for love play. He was trying to get Tywin the sneaky way. But my hand of 3 cards was enough to make him miss. It looks like the counting coppers I played on my side was just to fill up my hand, because I was, even though I had 3 cards, I was still low in the hand, and I wasn't worried about bombing Tywin out again. I was just maybe wanting to draw on some economy locations, worry about Tywin later.
And
Because at this point, do I really care about Tywin? I mean, he's done his work, but we will see.
Casterly Rock.
So we have a Lannisport Merchant and a Casterly Rock so far, marshaled on Simon's side. Casterly Rock will let him initiate 2 intrigue challenges if he chooses. So Simon's deck definitely focused on hitting the hand, that's for sure. Heads on spikes, Casterly Rock, Cersei Lannister. He keeps going heavy with the intrigues. He's just trying to empty out my hand, but he's not really winning on the board, though. So we got Milk of the Poppy on Jaime, so he now loses his renown and his ability to stand when he initiates militaries. So I pop in a Lannisport Merchant, reduced by 2, spend a gold. We got the Hound dropped in. So we saw another copy of the Hound, which is good, because we saw one go to the discard pile earlier from Intrigue. So not a bad drop for a 2 gold plot.
So I go first.
Counting coppers is definitely a little more painful in the resource category when your Tywin's not in play. That's for sure. Simon's playing Wildfire, though. He could Wildfire next turn, and could turn things a little bit around here. We'll see. Especially if he starts emptying my hand with Cersei plus Casterly Rock. He could turn it around here. Strip my hand. Grab that Tywin. Maybe let the Hound go back to hand. Grab that Hound. Then after playing Wildfire, you know, he might have a nicer looking board. Slim mine down a bit. Get rid of the economy. So if I do keep my Tywin, it's harder to play him, since I've already seen both noble causes.
Until the end of the phase. So you do this. He'll be at -2. He'll be -1.
Alright. I'm just terrible at this game. I'm going to do a intrigue challenge.
Simon, who keeps saying he's terrible at the game, he has a bad hand. He kept saying that kind of thing, and I heard him saying it to his other opponents. But yet, at this point, I believe he was undefeated in the Swiss when I faced him. So, yeah, we're at the top table here, Swiss. So I was kind of like shaking it off, like he's messing with me. But I don't know, just some of the plays he made, like with the Widow's Wail, seeing heads on spikes in his deck. Sometimes I just feel that like maybe he's more of a, like a, I'm not going to say not a competitive player, but he just likes to gamble a little more. You know, not the for sure optimal plays. So heads on spikes is like a big gamble. I mean, yes, it can pay off, but in a tournament setting, when you play it over and over, you guys have heard me rant about this before, I'm sure. It's just, it doesn't hit every time. So some games it's going to flop on you, and that game may be the finals game. That game may be the game that you need to win to get in the cut. And if my plot's a gamble like that, and tournaments are all about like, you know, getting through. They're about lasting the whole tournament. They're about consistency, and you know, and gambling each game. I just don't think is something that's a good tournament strategy. Personally, I mean, hey, who knows? You might hit it every time, and you might grab Danny's and Robert Baratheon's and Tywin's all day long. You just get lucky. Who knows? But you know, I don't think it's the greatest plots. When I see stuff like that, I start to think they're not as competitive a player, maybe, or they're still experimenting, or they're newer. But yeah, the fact that he went undefeated, and I was just like, I was taking it like, you're just trying to mess with me, man. But he plays a lot of other card games, which is where his experience comes from. So yeah, I thought he was just messing with me. But after he was telling me, he really did have a rough hand, and it's tough making some of the choices he was making. And Game of Thrones is still very new to him at this point, so That's why he was saying he wasn't very good at the game. I think he is very good at the game. He just needs some more experience in the game, that's all. So here he is stealing some power with the Landsport Merchant sneaking in. He's going all in. He kneels out his board. Coming at me here.
Military challenge 6.
And I'm spending 2 gold. Tyrion's dead. Put to the sword. Unless he has a Hands of Judgment for 2. Which he does. He does cancel the put to the sword.
Wait, are these discarded? These are in play.
So Tyrion lives to fight another day.
Oh, first reaction, he goes back.
So Hound jumps back. So missed attempt on the imp's life there.
Intrigue challenge.
It looks like an intrigue. Stealth and Cersei. Forgot to take Tyrion gold, I think. Unless we already did it twice off Casterly Rock. Which I missed there while I was blabbing on.
It for me. Dominance, I got 2, you got 2, we're good. We're good.
So tied on Dom. And after dominance, I am at 7 to his, looks like 4 on his house there.
I have 3.
So still a fairly tight game. Like, if Tywin was still on the board with Seal of the Hand, I'm sure I would have probably pushed through for the victory by now. But because of Tywin bouncing back the hand, that was huge. It slowed me down a ton.
I don't know why. Last night it was a great decision by Hammer to put 2 of these in there.
Yeah, we changed up last night.
Yeah. Me and Matt had like a 15-minute conversation about it.
Were you both for it?
Yeah.
Looks like I have 2 or 3 cards left.
Used it at all.
Looks like Simon's sitting on 2 cards. So if he did play Wildfire, I don't know, maybe he can't recover as well as I can, who knows.
I am really annoyed you killed Littlefinger. That was really kind of my only remaining good thing.
You can just say I won.
Yep, doesn't like the way Littlefinger's gone now out of his hand. So there it is, Wildfire, just like I assumed.
Who's going first? Your choice.
Kind of pull him back in the game maybe here. Thin the board out a bit.
First.
Alright, you go first. I'll get rid of this.
And I'm going to get rid of the confiscation off of Jamie. And it looks like I keep some economy on the board and get rid of the brothel madam. Which doesn't seem to be working too well for me since he never pays me. And he never seems to have military, so didn't seem like the right play to keep her out there. Unless I have another one in hand. I do have another one in the deck, so maybe I'll see her later when it's more needed. But right now economy is what I need, so that's why the merchant takes the cake over the brothel madam.
Duplicate on Cersei. Nice. Why not?
So Cersei's got a dupe. He's got some military claim ready. But I know I have another put to the sword in hand.
Seal of the hand, but on who?
And
These guys are
I
going.
definitely want to take a hit out on Tyrion there for sure.
I mean, he's not a lady for one, or a
Oh,
lady.
these 2, I mean.
I'm going
So seal the hand. Simon's debating who to put it on here. And he chooses Marjorie. Interesting.
and then also do.
I'd probably put it on the Tyrion for the double stealth. Or Cersei, if I was worried about my opponent having a lot of cards in hand, to possibly throw her in for 2 intrigue challenges, both at 2 claim. But my hand isn't the biggest, but I mean, he could clean it out for sure. Or at least make me kneel out, you know, and overcommit on the defense. Trying to protect my hand.
Tywin is too good.
But putting it on Marge doesn't really put on the pressure.
My challenges.
Unless he's just trying to use her ability twice. I'm not sure about that one, but he does have a King's Road now in play. So if he does draw into a larger character, he can play that character out most likely.
Do a. Jamie Lannister.
So it looks like an intrigue challenge with Tyrion, Stealth, and Jamie. 4 strength right now. Marjorie's standing. She does have a seal of the hand on her, so Tyrion technically could get another 6 strength added to him for the rest of the phase, bringing him up to 10. Not sure why you would do that, but it's an option, that's for sure.
Trigger G. Or trigger Tyrion, right?
So we get our Tyrion gold off of his character ability. Which I need if I'm going to drive a sword through Tyrion's eye socket. Alright, and I need to protect that put to the sword in my hand to make sure that play happens. So a Widow's Wail gets ambushed onto Tyrion, and he does not choose to use Marjorie's ability. He just decides to go all in with Cersei and Marjorie.
79. No stealth this time, though. No defenders.
Okay.
And he gets the put to the sword, and he gets Randall Tarley.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Stand up, Marjorie.
And he chooses to stand Marjorie with Seal of the Hand. And I say, kneel that Seal of the Hand.
I don't want you using it 3 times.
Oh my god.
Alright. Let's go. Military 5.
So military 5, got no hand, no put to the sword. Tyrion sneaks by again, next to Cersei, cleaning my hand out.
Yeah, intrigue with Jamie. Get 1 card, right?
So intrigue of Jamie, emptying Simon's hand.
Oh, hang on. I can block. I'll block.
So block and oppose.
Yep. But I lose Tears of Lease.
And we'll do power of 1.
Power of 1. Okay.
So unopposed power challenge is going to get me 2 more power, sending me up to 11
Dominance.
against 4. And I get dominance, putting me at 12.
Well, we already got 3, so I think that's...
So I'm 3 away from the win. Looks like I got Wildfire, Calm Over Westeros, and Summons left, I think. And looks like I'm playing Summons against Game of Thrones.
Who's going first?
So both of us have to win an intrigue challenge before we can initiate military or power due to Game of Thrones plot. And I'm going to search the top 10 for a character. Something to help me try to close out the game here. But it's Cersei.
You're Cersei, okay.
Obviously, I didn't see a Knight of Flowers or a Tarly or a
Seems good with the
something I can play with Renown on it.
intrigue character. That I can actually play.
Well, I have not gotten a single military character. In fact, I
know
haven't
this.
gotten
And looks like I'm trying to stuff him getting those intrigue challenges through. So character with an intrigue icon is what I said there. That's what I was looking for, or at least the best option.
Your Marshal.
And looks like I got another Tarly, and either left or right, which wasn't my deck at this time. But after this tournament, I removed left and right,
and that
and I
is
think I just
all.
upped my Arbor Knight and Burnmen count instead, and eventually worked in Hedge Knights into the deck from the King's Peace pack, 3rd chapter pack of the Westeros cycle.
4-3.
It looks like Cersei Lannister is on the board,
This guy for 1.
and yeah, we put out left or right, whichever one that is. I think it's right.
All right.
It's looking to the right from his point of view, so I think it's right. So I do need 3 more. Can I push it through? Now, if I were him, I would just kind of try to block the intrigue challenge.
I'm going to do intrigue.
But
2. I'm going to stealth.
him putting so much into intrigue on the offense is kind of silly.
Right, you have
If I were him, I would just be trying to stall me out this turn
stealth Jamie Lannister anyway.
and block the intrigue.
Intrigue of 8. Could be 9, 10, 11.
But he chooses to go offensively with the intrigue, which is kind of silly, since what's he going to do besides empty my hand? It's not like he's now going to push through a military and power that's going to push him for the win. So in this case, I would have on his challenges, I would have just tried to, I would have passed completely, then tried to block the intrigues using Cersei, Arbor Knights, Tyrion's, and Marjorie's double buff ability. I mean, he could stuff my intrigue easily, I'm sure, since I only have Cersei, Jaime, and Tyrion. But I could be wrong on that. So Tyrion does have a Widow's Wail. 6, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think I have an intrigue. And he could technically have... Arbor Knight could get up to 4. Plus Cersei, plus Tyrion, that's 12. Plus he can add another 6 strength with Marge's ability twice. Or even Marjorie in by herself for 5. So he could win an intrigue, stuff my challenges. And I couldn't do any more due to Game of Thrones. And he could have carried this on another round. But it doesn't look good with him pushing so hard on offense and leaving himself exposed for when it's my turn to initiate challenges, because then I'll be able to win an intrigue no problem to satisfy his plot.
Defenders.
You can't. You have to do intrigue first.
Oh, I have to win an intrigue, right? I didn't win.
So yeah, I tried to use Jaime there by accident, forgetting I didn't win the intrigue on defense there, which I usually do with this deck when someone plays Game of Thrones. I just win the intrigue on defense, so that way I can open myself up to do whichever challenge I want first when it's my turn. Because you just have to win an intrigue, doesn't have to be on offense.
Ambush. Doesn't matter though, because now it's no longer a surprise. Ambush the Hound.
So the Hound's in there, ambush for 4.
Oh, it's unopposed though, right? Yep. So, count for unopposed.
So we get an unopposed off the intrigue.
This turn, right? Yeah, I think so.
He has no hand, I don't think.
She is a 3, 4, 5.
So now with the Hound out there and Marjorie with a Widow's Wail or Marjorie with a Seal, it gives him options. So I gotta think like which challenge I want to go through here. Like if I do military blocks it, Hound will go back, but I don't get the renown off Jaime. But then I can push through the power. But then I have to remember Marjorie can buff herself, and she already has a Widow's Wail, so he could technically kneel Marjorie, buff Marjorie up +6, which puts her, or plus 3. She's a 5, puts her to 8, and then stand her back up and use her to defend. So I gotta remember, he does have quite a bit of strength across the board for me still, so gotta do them in the right order, so he strategically maybe makes the wrong choice, and I can sneak through what I need to sneak through. So he blocks the military, Hound goes back to hand, and then we go power for 10 with Cersei and the Hound.
Alright, that does it.
And all he can do is block the unopposed.
And then untap.
One off you.
Actually, yeah. And then that's good. So, yep.
And dominant.
And he stands Marge.
Your 5, 6, right?
Yep.
So I win on dominance. And that's it. So I take the top spot in the Swiss, go on to the top 4, which I did not record the top 4 match. I was a dummy and didn't hit the record button because I was stressed out about the game I was playing against Kyle Duncan. You know, that guy, he just makes me flustered, and obviously I forget to record games when I'm playing him. But yeah, I'll have the finals match coming up next. Thanks a lot to the guys at Millennium Games for hosting this tournament. Thanks for Simon for being a good player, let me record him. And yeah, I'll check you guys in the next video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. See you later.